California's drought and wildfire conditions are accelerating at unprecedented rates, according to state officials, and residents should brace for a summer of widespread burning and mandatory water conservation measures in some regions. As reservoir levels across the state continue to drop, and as parched vegetation poses an increasing threat of wildfire, officials in Sacramento and Southern California offered a bleak assessment of the state's drying climate, saying it has already begun to affect people, plants and animals. The current drought, which blankets the entire state and a broad swath of the western United States, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor, is already outpacing the state's devastating 2012-16 drought, said Karla Nemeth, director of the California Department of Water Resources. It really wasn't until year 3 or 4 when we saw these intense conditions we're now experiencing in the second year of the drought, Nemeth said Friday. That acceleration is really what's new about this drought and what we're working to respond to. California typically relies on the gradual melting of Sierra snowpack to fill its reservoirs, Nemeth said. But this year, the state saw record evaporation and record low runoff into streams and reservoirs. It is unprecedented in the breadth and severity of this regional drought, said Wade Crowfoot, secretary of the state's Natural Resources Agency. At the same time, fire officials in Southern California warned that wildfire conditions are already like those typically seen in August and September. "We're seeing fires move fast," said Chief Brian Fennessy of the Orange County Fire Authority. "Fires that normally would be an acre, 2 acres, 5 acres, so far this year are getting to 30, 50 and beyond. They're also spreading more quickly," he said. "We are seeing fire spread that is even stunning many of us that have been doing this for a very long time, fire spread that could quite easily surprise many of the citizens within this region," he said. He urged people to evacuate as soon as they're told to do so. These dry conditions do not bode well for the 4th of July weekend, when first responders will probably face their first big test as a predicted heat wave collides with amateur fireworks displays. Last month, Governor Gavin Newsom expanded a drought emergency to 41 California counties, covering 30% of the state's population. On Friday, Santa Clara County declared its own local emergency, saying drought conditions were so extreme that water levels were not adequate to meet demand. "The reality is we live in an arid region that will continue to experience droughts," Jasneet Sharma, director of Santa Clara County's Office of Sustainability, said in a statement. "There are many steps that we should all take, from large-scale conservation projects and household-level water conservation retrofits to simple household changes like turning off the faucet when you brush your teeth.